Welcome to the Prophecy Club. There is so much happening. This is really important today. I'm going to title it, Military Stepping In and Having to Seize Control of Our Federal Government or Massive Arrests. And that's the big question. Are we about to see the massive arrests with the things I'm about to show you? We have to say it's getting really close. Okay. You know what the news says. Maybe. But the reason you watch the Prophecy Club is to know how that relates to the end times. In the dream, the dollar was devalued. I was speaking with my builder. He told me that the price to renovate my home had increased tenfold. Everything cost more. I saw people in frantic panic. Some were blessed, had a little cushion, but they knew it was not going to last long till the devaluation of the dollar. Everyone's face was in panic. Who's saying this? Her name is Janice Plowden. The revalue money was not going to help much as the prices had skyrocketed. As I looked around, people were panicking. They were running around trying to decide, what do I do? Do I buy groceries? What do I do? Many of them finally began to realize what we'd been warning them was true. Fear was in their faces. Most could not be comforted. Nothing to hope. Great fear and panic was everywhere. The American dollar is about to lose 30% more of its value. This will be the second drop since the previous 2008 drop of 20%. The dollar will then be worth half. How many times have we heard that? Half what it was before September 2008. Who said that? Prophet Maurice Sklar. The devaluing of the dollar created riots in the streets, looting with signs saying, I want my entitlements. With DOGE, some of the things I'm about to show you today, with DOGE making its cuts, we could see that in the next few months. I saw in the governmental area, we'll go through a dramatic change in our government. There'll be a time of anarchy and chaos, says Terry Bennett. For a while, we'll have a fractional government. That's the point of today. With the things I'm about to show you, the fractional government, in my opinion, is now in progress of forming. Our government is falling apart. Now, we conservatives, we Christians, are clapping our hands and we're rejoicing to see all of this corruption, this evil removed. But you have to understand, when Adam and Eve fell, the title deed to this earth was given to Lucifer. He is in charge and he is not going to take this setting down. Let's go on. For a while, we'll have a fractional government, which means basically our government come down to the state level because the military is stepping in and having seized control of our federal government. My opinion, that's about to happen. You'd call it a coup, but in all honesty, it'll be to help our nation. What is Trump doing right now? It's not a coup, but he is having the military take over in a lot of areas already. That's why the military will step in. I believe we're now on the verge of these things happening. Lawlessness and chaos was shown to me in civil unrest. Then he was shown that when the checks from our government stop coming to the people, the chaos will ensue. DOGE, I told you I don't trust Elon Musk. I think that what he's done so far is probably good. But my opinion, I think he's going to go too far. And that's cutting off some things that are going to make, there's already thousands of people that are about to lose their jobs. Let's go on, there's more. 800-200 gold. If you have an IRA, 401k, if your money is in paper, I think that this is your last chance. I think you're running out of time if you don't call back up 800-200 gold. Call 800-200 gold and just say, here's my situation. All right, now, Elon Musk subtly confirms reports of young geniuses aged 19 to 24 spearheading DOGE to overhaul government bureaucracy, outsmarting veteran bureaucrats. What's he talking about? Just 2 weeks into this formation, DOGE, operating from the Eisenhower Executive Office building, is already making significant inroads into reforming the way the government operates under Musk's leadership. I want you to look at this. It takes a few minutes. I'm only going to give you a few seconds to look at it. But it's a list of how his people have already been finding waste and actual fraud. There's more. That's the end of it. So at this point, he's found 1.2 hundreds, millions, billions, trillion, $1.2 trillion that he's already saved us. Now, again, I don't trust Elon Musk, but so far, so good. There's more. And I've got most of this I'm about to cover comes from HalTurnerRadioShow.com. I mean, he knocked it out of the park today. The information he's bringing us is beyond good. U.S.A.I.D, now that is a government agency, is money laundering, overthrowing governments and Democrat slush funds. You look at this, and this is how they move the money around from account to name, bouncing it all over. And I think they're saying that they're using it for some very, very bad purposes. We wonder, how is it that all the Democrats have plenty of money, not only to beat the Republicans, but for just about any other project? This is the major way, apparently, they're getting their money. Let's go on. Now, you know how the political class stays awash in cash money. It comes from sources like USAID, which bulldozes cash out the door under the guise of international development. Many people who have looked at the chart above tell me it appears to them to be a money laundering operation. I agree. The graph also is called structuring by many people that prosecute money laundering. Remember, folks, this is just one of many organizations, and they've been doing this for decades while blocking any attempt at forcing transparency. Moreover, they couldn't have done this without the help from the politicians on both sides of the aisle. The more complex they make the interconnections, the more difficult it is to track the corruption. This is how shell companies work to avoid paying taxes. Creating a complex web such as this only solidifies the actors. They know that they're doing something nefarious. It's just hard to find them. But here's the question of the day. Will there be prosecutions? My guess is just around the corner. USAID is the primary vessel they use to achieve their political agenda. USAID is, and always has been, the primary source of funding for their influence peddling schemes and for their indirect sources of income. I saw Marco Rubio today say that he is shutting down USAID. He said the only way he could get it shut down was to turn off the computers so no one had any access. And he said the people there think they're above the government. They think they don't report to the government, that nobody can tell them what to do. But they're spending taxpayer dollars. See a problem with that? I do too. As more and more details emerge from DOGE, computers are now crunching all these transactions and exposing the money flows, the level of squealing we will begin to hear. Politicians are already out in the public screeching that shutting off the U.S. Agency for International Development is cutting off food to starving people. No, it's not. What we'll now begin hearing is corrupt, trying to cover what they've been doing. So the people that squeal about this are the people that are benefiting from it, the evil ones. Next article. So why did USAID grant $68 million to the World Economic Forum? Now, you remember, these are the guys that say you'll own nothing, but you'll be happy. USAID gave grants to the World Economic Forum. Why would the United States do that? It's a group of communistic totalitarians who want to deprive the world of private property rights. These are the people that came up with your environmentalism, the DOGE, or they're not DOGE, I'm drawing a blank. A lot of the stuff that's evil out there today. This is a radical left-wing organization with ideologies antithetical to how we live and work here in the USA. It is communism. It is all about bringing in a new world order and destroying the last Christian nation. Actively trying to destroy America from within, these people are using money from us to fund our demise. That's the Democrat Party. Next article, Reuters news service got $9 million from the government for a large-scale social deception. What do you suppose that was? I think it had a lot to do with the election, but I think it was a lot bigger and longer than that. So probes into the relationship are, in this independent news agency, have come up with Reuters granted $9 million from the government for social deception. Remember this the next time you see any stories from Reuters, and I'm about to show you several more of them too. Now, in the middle of all of this, Brand new Attorney General halts funding for sanctuary cities. Pam Bondi. Hallelujah. Now you remember, she is the lawyer that did her best to defend Trump. When he won the 2020 election, she claimed he did. Everybody else said he didn't. Well, now she's the Attorney General. And now she's about, you think that the cleaning house has been drastic already? Wait until she is in. Give her another couple of weeks and you'll be shocked. And that's the reason I think you're making a mistake if you don't have food. And right now, Joseph's Kitchen has it on special. All of it site-wide has free shipping, and a lot of it is pretty heavy. So free shipping is a pretty big discount. I would suggest you go there. You make sure you get yourself at least 6 months worth of food. You ought to have a couple of years worth of food. And truth be known, you ought to have food probably for your whole neighborhood, because when they find out you have food, they're going to be knocking at your door. And if you have it to give to them, you're in good shape. If you don't have it to give to them, then you're probably going to have a problem. Let's go on. Breaking news, New York Times is government-funded media. So the government has been funding all of these left-wing, these communistic organizations to destroy America. The New York Times, also so-called the paper of record, turns out to be nothing more than a taxpayer-funded government mouthpiece to the tune of $50 million since 2021. Now, my opinion, I think the FCC needs to swoop in and they need to have a cleaning of all TV and radio and internet, and they need to start seeing that these people that are communistic, want to see our nation destroyed, are shut down, or at least fined until they correct. Federal records show the U.S. government has sent the New York Times over $50 million since 2021. The Department of Health and Human Services was sent 26.9, National Service Foundation 19.15, even NASA, the Pentagon, and the DOGE chipped in. It's one of the largest single checks with $1.4 million in August of 2024. We're paying people to lie to us. Hal Turner's opinion says, does this mean that the New York Times can be called fake news? Think for a moment about the effete snobs who boast about being on the cutting edge by reading the Times. Now you can find out that they were just being lied to. We've all been lied to. So what's about to happen? My opinion, I think massive arrests are very close. I think the dollar fall is very close. And maybe Trump will move Gazans and not split Israel. But here's the thing. If the Gazans really want to only live in Gaza and they want to move to another place where it's nice and peaceful and they're set up with some kind of a system to where they have nice homes and, running water and sewage and things, if they're not willing to move to a better place, the only reason they want to stay there is so that they can torment and kill and murder the Jews. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. Let's go on with our topic, though. The Associated Press, independent but funded by the government. Here's another article saying, now it's not the same news organization. We're finding that many of the fake news organizations have been funded by our government. At least $19.5 million has gone to the U.S. Agency for Global Media. AP has pocketed over $619,000 from the feds, 87% of it straight from the State Department. In other words, we are paying people to lie to us, paying people to overthrow our government. And the AP has the nerve to accuse other outlets of being disinformation while they are pocketing money from the government to spew the government line. What they call us is conspiracy theories, because the Holy Spirit said he would lead us into all truth. So we start getting the truth in our heart. We speak it out. We can't prove it. And they say, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. Well, what about you? You're just a paid government informant, a paid government liar. Now that's what we're finding out. And it's about to get a lot worse. Here's another article on more bad stuff about U.S.A.I.D. Man, I got a bunch of stuff on USAID. Hang on. They spent $70 billion funding abortions, gender ideology globally, even routed money to the Church of Satan. This is USAID. Spending money by the USAID perspective at present, the United States of America has about 15,000 highway bridges that are assessed as being in dangerous repair. Let me just tell you, I live in the DFW area, and over the last 6 years, it seems like California has moved there, and they put their parking lots up on our freeways because our freeways, even the smaller veins, are just clogged. Can't get around any place. It's a mess. Then DFW, in my opinion, Texas, and probably the truth be known, all of America needs to spend some serious money, not just on bridges, but on roads and all kinds of things. If we had the money back we just given to Ukraine, why, we could all have nice roads. And probably in America, there should not be homeless people. There should not be. They should be taken care of, okay? When you go to Dubai, you don't see homeless people. You don't see people living under bridges. Yet, in America, you do. It's because this is what they've been doing with our money. Why? Because they want to make us a defeated, defunct, broke nation. Politico reporters go unpaid after USAID payments stop. Now, what he is hinting at is that AP, New York Times, and now Politico, which is another left arm, out here have all possibly been paid by the government. Now, this is what we found out. Here's the question, though. How many more of these left-wing organizations have been funded by us? And then they hire 87,000 more IRS agents, and so that the wealthy people can give their fair share, and so they go after all of our money, take it out of their pocket, and then give it away. So, that's the devil at work. Now, we don't know that Politico has actually been paid by USAID yet, the article says, but give it a few days. They'll find out. The point being, with all of this being exposed, how long is it going to be before the arrests start? I have 8 different prophecies that say massive arrests are coming. One of them, I heard an audible voice, I've told you, massive arrest, said it twice to confirm it. Massive arrests are coming. The question is whether they're going to come this month or next month or this year or next year. They are coming. All USAID staff recalled globally must return to USA immediately. This is the actual dismantling of one of the key assets of the deep state that has been causing so much trouble around the world for decades. First, the money was cut off last week. Then, the auditing began at the Department of Government Efficiency, which found so many shocking, stunning, unbelievable expenditures. I'm going to show you a few. It quickly became clear that the entire agency could not be reformed. It had to be simply wiped out. So what did they do? Well, Marco Rubio had to turn the computers off to get them to shut down. They think they didn't have to do what their boss told them to do. Marco Rubio. Today came the notice all 1,100 employees at the USAID were being placed on administrative leave. Tonight, February 4th, 2025, all USAID employees globally are being ordered to return to the United States. They're shutting it down. But again, don't think that Trump has won and the devil's lost. Don't think that the devil just rolling over or going to sleep. He's not going quietly into the night. My suspicion is that when Trump takes over, probably the financial system, we're going to see those suitcase nukes. Now, do I know when? No. Stan, what's your best guess? I'd say probably the best guess 2025. Do I know that? No, I don't. But that's my guess. Apparently the deep state, including the senior executive service, had no idea how motivated they'd made Trump with a lot of their shenanigans during his first term, all the lawfare, trying to kill him twice, and the 4 years of the illegitimate Biden administration. So now, Trump had 4 years to research, strategize, plan, and now he is implementing it. And it looks to many people as he is systematically dismantling the entire state. I told Leslie, my wife, the other day, I said, you know what? In a few weeks, Trump has already destroyed 80 years of their work. It took them 80 years moving slowly under the table, behind the curtains, behind the back, slowly and subtly setting up so that they're in control of everything. And Trump, like a wrecking ball, like a bull in a china closet, is going in and tearing it all apart. Just what he's done in the last 2 weeks has been amazing. There's more. Breaking news, CIA offering employee buyouts to get rid of the staff. We're seeing FBI, we're seeing CIA. Apparently, they're either shutting down the CIA or curtailing it way, way back. And also they're getting rid of a bunch of FBI agents. Hopefully the bad ones, and hopefully there's some good ones that can stay. Matter of fact, I'm driving down the road tonight and I told my wife, I said, the thing of it is the FBI agents that did something wrong probably can say to their next possible employer, well, I was told to do that and I had to follow an order. And they'll probably get a job someplace in law enforcement pretty quickly and easily. Someone's been an FBI agent. He may have been, especially if he says, well, I followed orders. Or if they say, well, it was left wing, I didn't agree with it, but again, I followed orders, they're probably going to be given a job pretty quickly. But what they should have said is, I'm not going to follow that order. That's not right. I'm not going to do wrong just to keep my job. But of course, they didn't. So it goes on to say, tonight the U.S. Intelligence Agency is offering employees buyouts to get rid of the staff. This is a nice way of firing them. The agency just offered the entire workforce 8 months' pay to quit, marking the first intelligence agency to join Trump's government downsizing push. New focus areas, Mexican drug cartels. Probably the next program will tell you some amazing things that Mexico and Canada are doing, because apparently they are clicking at the heels, bowing at the waist, saluting and saying, yes, sir, to Mr. Trump. And they are making major strides to stay in good with Trump and stay in good with America, which is good news if it continues. And I question whether it will. Anyway, meanwhile, all current hiring is frozen. Conditional job offers face review. Newly installed CIA Director John Ratcliffe, a good guy. Message is clear. Adapt to the new mission. In other words, do as you're told with Trump or hit the road. Entire USAID staff placed on administrative leave. So it's not only the FBI cleaning, CIA, now it's the USAID. And Rubio says that it's just been totally shut down. It's gone. Again, a point that I'm trying to make today is, how long to the massive arrests? Take a minute and look at that. There's more. Proof USAID was created by an executive order, because I saw CNN say, oh, well, you can't do this. This is a government organization. Trump can't just shut it down. Well, actually, if you look at the third line here, it says, USAID was created by executive order issued by then President John F. Kennedy. So what one president does by executive order, another president can change by executive order. So if they want to shut down USAID, all Trump needs to do is put his signature on an executive order saying USAID is gone. It is no more. And it is no more. Now, I think he'll make the right decision. But my whole point of today is, are we really close to massive arrests? Are we close to seeing the dollar fall? Is the dollar going to be blowing like leaves in the wind? And we got to pray that Trump does not split Israel. If he splits Israel, a mega earthquake right down the Mississippi River Valley would devastate America. I'd say that's got to be our biggest, which by the way, our biggest prayer request. If you want to be involved in that, part of Fast Gap, you go to Prophecy Club, slide to the very bottom, and you sign up for Fast Gap. And if you want to pray for Prophecy Club, also sign up for Fast Track. Fast Track is Prophecy Club. Fast Gap is Praying for America. Here's the way it works. Every Tuesday evening, I send you out an email directly from me to you. There's spelling errors. It comes directly from me. You can quit each time you want to. And here's my promise. I never ask for donations, and I never send product offers. This is only for people that want to fast and pray for Prophecy Club or America. Now, the fast we ask is from midnight Tuesday to 4 p.m. Wednesday. You don't have to fast. Matter of fact, you don't have to pray. Matter of fact, you don't even have to join it. But I'd recommend you do, and I will say this. Once someone joins it, there's very few people that drop it. Most people stick with it because I think it's important. prophecyclub.com, go to the bottom, prophecyclub.com, sign up for Fast Track and Fast Gap is my suggestion. Here's another thing. I can't explain it. I guess everybody thinks that since Trump is in, they don't need Prophecy Club anymore. They don't need to hear any more of this warning from America or warning from God. So ever since about a month before the election, our donations have really dropped. Not only that, but I'm told that we need a new computer at our church because the computer keeps shutting down when Leslie's trying to play one of her videos on Sunday morning in church. And it's about $2,000 of what I'm told that we need a pretty high computer, how do I say, high dollar computer to run all of the videos and the songs and everything we got to do. So we need about a $2,000 budget for the computer. And if you can help Prophecy Club as God has blessed you, then we would really appreciate it. God bless. When the suitcase nukes, I didn't say if, I said when the suitcase nukes go off, if you want your car to start, if you want your computers and your refrigerators and things like that, anything with a computer chip to work, you want to have one of these from EMPShield.com. EMPShield.com. And they have videos up there. It takes about 10 minutes to put on. It's not complicated at all. And if you use the word prophecy, promo code prophecy, you get a $50 discount and it helps your Prophecy Club. I want to remind you that Joseph's Kitchen still has site-wide free shipping. I don't think they've ever done this, but this is a really big discount on everything. Right now, everything there, you can get free shipping on it. And since a lot of the things that they ship, the wheat and all that sort of stuff, are really heavy. I mean, a lot of times they come on pallets. So to get free shipping, that's a big deal. Joseph's, with an S, kitchen.com. Also, if you watched the program yesterday, I interviewed Jonathan Rose, and he's with Genesis Gold Group or prophecyclubgold.com. Get a hold of him, 800-200-GOLD. Also, if you want some prepper bars, there's the phone number. And if you want to, now for the first time, if you have crypto and you want to put that into an IRA, for the first time, they've just set it up, you can call these guys, or actually you go to the website, blocktruστira.com. 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 And it'll tell you all about it. If you don't even understand crypto, he says that place will help you to understand it.